Should you pull for Ursula's BT? Her role is going to be a melee attacker / battery. Her notable attacks: Tenketsu, her skill 1. It is 5 HP attacks with 150% splash. It inflicts group break, and it inflicts the debuff Tenketsu for 4 turns, which lowers the enemy's speed by 20%. Chakra, her skill 2. It is 6 HP attacks. It sets the party's current brave to 100% of her own max brave, but if the party's brave is any higher than that before, it doesn't lower it. It extends her buff durations by 1 turn, and it is an instant turn rate attack. 5-star Crimson Palm, her EX, 5 AoE HP attacks. It ignores defense. It grants party brave by 80% of her own max brave. It grants the party brave by 20% of the HP damage dealt. It increases both of her skill uses by 1. It inflicts group Tenketsu for 4 turns, and it is another instant turn rate move. Scarlet Legs of Fury, her LD. It is 5 split HP attacks. It ignores defense. It gives 1 free ability use. It grants 3 uses of Tenshoha, her HP variant. It also grants her buff Pride from Father. The way this buff works is whenever an enemy moves and the next turn after that enemy is an ally's turn, Ursula is gonna move her turn after the enemy. So basically after every last enemy turn, Ursula gets a turn. Pride of the Father also provides a party brave floor of 20%. Brave floor basically means your brave can't get lower than 20% of their max. Tenshoha, her LD variant of her HP attack. It is 2 AoE HP attacks with 2 split attacks by 100% of the ally's current brave. It grants the party brave by 20% of her own max brave, and it extends all of her buff durations by 1 turn. Petal Whirlwind, her BT. It lasts for 10 turns, and after every HP attack that anyone does, it sets their current brave to 100% of their max brave. This is for every HP attack, by the way. Every time you're making an HP dump, you're getting 100% brave back. And finally, as a last bonus, her BT provides a party HP cap up of 30%, but an additional 50% HP cap up if anyone is using a brave HP command. You're getting a 30% whenever at the start of a turn the party's brave is at least 20% of their max, and the second condition is you get a 45% whenever at the start the party's brave is at least 100% of max brave. Ursula's pros. Let's start with the most simple one first. She has a good long BT effect. 10 turn BT effects I am a huge fan of. I love it when BT effects don't last a second and you can actually use it for a longer period of time. I think that's great because it also makes her a longer lasting character. Second pro, her FR conditions are quite easy, especially if you have a support heavy team and you're basically getting brave back whenever you do an attack. Add on to the fact Ursula's broken BT effect regarding brave, a lot of the time you're going to be hitting that 75%. Moving on to her HP cap ups, which are very good if you have the right matching units, getting an 80% HP cap up if you deal in brave and HP commands. So Penelo with her HP attack, think Machina with his HP attack, think Rinoa with her HP attack, and also Ursula with her attack. If you use a lot of units like that, Ursula is going to be very helpful to you. Your damage is gonna go through the roof. Another thing that I want to mention with her BT, always setting your brave to 100% of the max after every HP attack you do, that's kind of busted. So unless there's any sort of HP damage reductions from the boss, you're good. You're hitting max. It's not guaranteed like with Kina, however, it's fairly close. Also, let me remind you the fact that her BT effect lasts twice as long as Kina's. Bit of a trade, you can take either or, which is better for you. Guaranteed HP attacks or a much longer BT effect. Last thing I want to talk about is her brave floors. Despite the fact that she has a guaranteed effect of you getting 100% of your max brave every time, the fact that she still lets the party have a brave floor also helps defensively. It indirectly prevents the team from getting broken. Brave floors, I think, are a very good mechanic, and I think more people should have it. Moving on to Ursula's cons. With her LD buff active, she tends to hog turns. Keep in mind, Pride of the Father, her LD buff, moves her turn after every last enemy turn. If the enemy ends up taking a lot of turns, Ursula is also going to end up taking a lot of turns. And while her damage is good, it's not amazing. You know, you still, when you're in your force times and you want to deal as much damage as possible, you really want your DPS to be the one taking turns, not your support unit. She is not a DPS by any stretch of the imagination. If you don't want that to happen, you can just not use her LD, but still you're going to be losing out on her HP attack, which in my opinion is very good too. Going back to her FR, it might be a bit hard to fulfill if Ursula's BT is not active. Not every unit in the game can guarantee having max brave at the start of their turn. If I was at the end of the turn, Ursula's FR would be stupid broken. Thankfully, it's not that bad of a con because Ursula herself, almost every single attack she does, provides the party with a lot of brave. But if you have more selfish units in your party, you are going to have to worry about it a little bit. Lastly, with Ursula, overall, Overall, I must say, without the right setup and without the right team compositions to complement her, she's kind of a generic support. If you don't have units to take advantage of that 80% HP cap up, if you don't have units that can abuse her brave guarantees, she might not pack that big of a punch for you. Apart from that, you have a bunch of other units that can do crazier things than her at this point in the game. Why should you pull rating for Ursula is an A+. In many ways, she's a fantastic support unit, but also there are a number of ways in which she's mediocre compared to other supports. Like I said before, you just gotta have the right team compositions for her, and if you do have the right units with her, she's very good. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!